Hello everyone! I am so tired. It's been a long night. I don't know about you, but I didn't sleep much at all. I kept thinking about paintings and these ideas kept coming into my head. So I want to get some of these ideas down on paper before they're gone. I did write some of them down, at least in my phone before I fell asleep, but I want to get what the pictures look like in my head down on paper. So join me and we'll get working on these paintings. I'm really excited about these. Gathered all my supplies for this painting. This is gonna be fun. I don't think I've really done a sketchbook drawing with you guys, so I'm excited about this. This will be kind of a fun, just really figuring out what it is that my head was thinking about last night. Seeing if it's even worth looking at. I like to, you know, sometimes ideas come into our head and they're good, and sometimes, you know, they're not. But we never know until we start putting them on paper. The main idea is actually rebirth. Why rebirth? Why do I want to focus on that? Well, as many of you guys probably have seen a little bit, I have been not around for the last 7 months. Now that was not intentional, it's just life got really crazy, busy, and hectic with our health and jobs and school, and there was a lot of things that we were going on, and I wasn't able to really dedicate and focus a lot of time towards creating a video. Also this year, all my kids are in school, and I decided I'm going to jump in and really put everything into this channel, this community, into you guys, and creating art with you. Now that might not always be just watercolors. I really want to get back into experimenting and creating, and I want you guys to come on this creative journey with me. So that is why I decided this painting is going to be about rebirth. This is kind of me rediscovering things that I have missed about art, creativity, and trying new mediums or new materials that I haven't used, and even maybe doing some mixed media. Because I really want to dive deep into this and figure out more about myself now that I have developed myself as an artist, and, you know, rediscovering who I am now. As my children are grown, they're moving to the next stage, I'm moving to the next stage of my life. I thought this is a great time to really decide all that, figure that out. And I'm excited to do this with everyone. This is kind of a spur of the moment video, but I really feel excited about this and passionate about what it is that I want to do. So rebirth, some things that I think of to do with that is fire. As devastating as fire is, a lot of farmers and people actually have used fires to start their ground fresh. They will burn the fields, usually in a controlled fire, and it helps give nutrients to that field, kind of kills off anything that is dead and unwanted. That's kind of what I'm doing here. I want to kind of burn off the old me and really try to grow in new ways and see what we can create together as a community. So fire is one of them for me. And the other one is butterflies. Butterflies are a symbol of rebirth as well. And then they put themselves into a cocoon. And then when they are reborn, they are something new, something beautiful. Now, how am I going to incorporate butterflies and fire, you might ask? And I'm thinking, I pulled up some reference photos on Pixabay. I will show the pictures to you of fire, and I chose a monarch butterfly since it has those orange and black tones in them. So I have some different pictures of fire. Okay, I'm gonna draw a few things on this side of the paper just to get an idea of some of the things that I want to draw. We're gonna just experiment, have some fun, and see if we can realize this dream painting rebirth. Some fire here. I'm going to start to draw that. Just drawing some of the elements over here that I want to create. See how fire reacts. See, this is where, you know, it kind of gets fun. I miss this side of researching a little bit more. I haven't always had the time to research, because when you want to create something, you know, you don't always know exactly how it looks. So gaining reference photos, which I try to either take myself. Having a fire right now is not a good idea, which is why I went with some pictures from Pixabay, because with all the drought and the fires we have here, the last thing I really want to do is have a fire. And I don't have a fire pit or anything like that, so. Anyway, so it's good to have references, just so you can really make something accurate. I really want to try doing the flames in watercolors. I think that would be fun to do, to create. It would be difficult at the same time, but it's cool textures, it's fluid. It would be a fun and interesting challenge, that's for sure. It's so interesting because it's such an organic material thing, I guess. It doesn't have a specific structure necessarily. I mean, it does and it doesn't. It's very, like I said, organic. Right now it looks like I'm, setting this branch on fire, but I'm not. Some things around here. I like that this kind of breaks off. And different, you know, values. That's what is going to be interesting in here, is working mostly with the values from light to dark. I mean, you go from the bright white through the orange stages all the way back to black. So it's a lot of working with value, which is why I thought it would be good to do it monochromatic. Which I think I might still do, I don't know. Kind of like the idea of sticking to those orange and yellows. And then there's just bits of fire, ash, and you know, spitting off the fire everywhere. So if you think about it, the background will be black, and then you'll have this bright fire glowing, and within the shapes, that is what, you know, I'm thinking of for the fire. Is, you know, so it's not an actual butterfly in there, but maybe the shapes coming off look like a butterfly. I like how some of these are very distinct, the shapes, but then others are very blurred. So how do I want this butterfly to be incorporated? How... I almost like this part almost feels like a branch that I could almost have the fire here or right here look like a cocoon, you know? So it's like the fire is dripping off. I still want it to appear as fire, okay? I don't want it to be, I want it to almost like a seek and find, that you're finding these things, these images in here. So, you know, at first glance, you're going to look at it, it's going to look like fire. But then as you really look at it, you're going to see shapes pull out. And maybe I'll add some other things that to me represent rebirth throughout it, so that it's kind of something you have to really look through and find these different layers and of that rebirth. That would be fun. Here almost looks like a wing, doesn't it? Like the butterfly itself here. I could almost have a texture here. I kind of like that it's merging with the cocoon here. Have different spots. Let's go back to our caterpillars. Now, I sticking with monarchs, so I want a monarch. I think I want him in through here. We could have a couple of different ones running through here. Different butterflies, different cocoons. It's not going to be, you know, fully realized as a specific item, but you know what I mean. It's going to be in there. And right now I'm making them very, like, a little bit more defined as a shape, whereas, you know, as I can progress through it, I can make them a little bit more hidden within there. So here we have some ideas. Let's go. I want it to be, let's see what size of frame I'm looking at. So let's say we're gonna do a 20 by 20 painting. And so that'll be a square. And then we have our fire. And then I'm gonna have little flecks coming off here. All right, I like that. And sorry if I haven't been talking, just concentrating. Okay, so we got the black background. Much in. Be more details. Do some little. The only thing about this one is this is kind of more vertical because it kind of is going up. You know what I mean? This one has some wood in it, which is interesting, especially if I was doing, you know, the caterpillars and the cocoon, then I would have like the wood to actually have the cocoon be on and the caterpillar. But do I want that in there? Of wood. It's all dark here. Just get these weird organic shapes, which would come more alive once I think I did watercolors, because watercolors have that very organic feel. It wouldn't feel so forced. I would let them flow and kind of let the watercolors create what they're going to create. Let's see if we can pull out some. Because see here, I can just put some paint down and then add water to it, and then later connect those pieces.
It's more than this that meets the eye. To eat and breathe, to live or die. And through the hours, through the pain, and still the end is on my brain. If heaven is a place on earth, we try our best for what it's worth. So fire away. So fire away. You shook me to the core.
Would you guys like to see more of these kind of videos where it's work in progress? I take you along with me. You guys can help me make decisions on things, you know, what we're going to do, and experiment with new mediums. Is that something that interests everybody?
Try our best for what it's worth. So fire away.
I think it's not popping, partly because we don't have that deep color behind it. Now, I want to test something. I have my lunar blue and my moon glow, and I kind of want to try both of these on different sides to see if I like how they look, because they have some granulation and different colors and pigments to them that I want to see. It is very purple, so as it would go further away from the flame, I would probably add a black to it. Really kind of fills in those gaps that you're unsure of, you know, 'cause I'm trying to paint a lot of negative space to create what the fire is doing. Okay, let's try, this was Moon Glow. Let's write that down. Okay, and then on this side, we're going to try our Lunar Blue. I did do a video testing both of these out. I will link it below and over here, so you guys can see that if you have yet to see it. It's really interesting to learn more about the pigmentation and the granulation, what's in them, the makeup. This one's a lot more blue. Let's see. Because at first I wasn't a huge fan of the purple, but now I kind of like it. So, won't judge it too quickly. It's just a lighter color, so I would maybe have to add some other pigments to it, like black or a gray, Payne's gray, just to deepen the tone, because I really wanted a deeper tone than what I am seeing here. It's fun, but it doesn't give me that contrast the same way this does, because I really want a deep contrast. I just liked the idea of having, you know, the granulation. But I do have several rays that have a lot of granulation in them as well. So that is not going to be too big of an issue. You have to really nail down that negative shape to make the fire really work as fire. Like over here, I really feel like you have parts that really feel that way. A little less so in the blue side. That's okay. We're experimenting and trying things out. think this is going to be it for now. I did get my ideas down on paper, and I want to do a little bit more research on fire and maybe do some more practice studies. If that is something you guys would like to see, let me know in the comments below, and let me know which style you like better, 1 or 2. Did you like that 20 by 20, or do you like the 12 by 36 size, having it more elongated or having it more square? If you liked having the lunar or moon glow, or if you think I should stick with some of these grays. I do have a video showing all of these grays. You guys can take a look at that and let me know what grays you think would work best with my fire. I would love to hear from you guys and have you guys help me create this painting. I am really excited about it. I want it to be big and really get it the way that we want. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, as well as subscribing. If you have yet to see my video comparing moon glow and lunar blue, I will leave the link over here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!